So, make sure everything is working. Everything looks to be working. Okay. All right. So, as a quick breakdown of what happened last time, and then we shall jump right in. Last time, the five of you finally put on the job. You all had a decision to make, where to start. As you all shared whatever information you had with each other, a few things came to light. One of them being that Ezra was related by marriage to the twins that seemingly attacked the guard post. Virgil had found a masterfully cut gem, something that pointed as evidence towards Octavia Centauri, and her personal jeweler, Valeria Alvarez. Carlos had also revealed the inclusion of a lancer on his arrest, which struck him as odd, considering the, I'm going to say this in his words, clear evidence of it all being a setup. On description, it was revealed that the likely lancer in question was Vicente Santolaria, a lancer that you knew, Virgil, with an extremely solid reputation, who could be found at an iron rod bar known as the Iron Tankard. However, Desiree, you couldn't help but notice that the description of Vicente seemed extremely similar to a recent customer of yours who had practically been to your store every day recently, always buying some odd occult item or another, kind of amassing their own personal collection. There were a few paths suggested. Go into the poorer areas of the city where Octavia loves to recruit and see what kind of answers you could find. Try to track down this lancer and see if there was any sort of connection between him and what was going on. Or wait out the evening at Desiree's shop and then get started afresh in the morning. It was decided that you would all head to Desiree's store and camp out in the apartment above. Wait till morning when things might be safer, in Virgil's words, and start there. As you traveled through the streets towards Desiree's shop, Azazel, you couldn't help but notice you were being shadowed. A figure walking in the adjacent alley to you all who kept eyes on you. As you notified Virgil, everybody moved into position. Virgil, you taking lead with Carlos just behind, while the other three went to the previous alley to see if there might be anybody else or to potentially stop the figure from running away. As you all snuck into place, Virgil, you called out to this figure, attempting to at least get some sort of response. And as you started to approach, you were the first to take damage as the figure on the other end of the street quickly loosed an arrow right into your gut. You rushed into the fray. Carlos, you took advantage, and bringing about an unseen servant into the fight, using him to trip the attacker. You rushed forward, Virgil, beating the, would-be assassin, mercilessly with the iron rod. As you all got into place, Azazel rushing forward while Ezra and Desiree maintained locations further down the alley. It would be too late that you would all realize that on the buildings above, you were surrounded. Multiple crossbows at the ready, and just when you all understood what was about to happen, the arrows themselves loosed. And so, let me, first we'll clarify a few things, and then we will jump right in. So, first to set it off, Carlos at 24. The deception, right? As you raised your hands after kind of, I think you grabbed the small hand crossbow that the would-be assassin kind of had, that kind of clattered on down the alley behind. You were the first to kind of raise your hand and, just attempt to essentially...
Don't shoot me! Yeah. I'm in the wrong place at the wrong time!
Absolutely. And so, with that, as the arrows fly in their respective directions, you, with that 24, are removed as a target in this moment. And so, that leaves just 4 targets. Ezra, Desiree, Azazel, and Virgil. We're going to clarify this, and then we're going to switch to the battle map and all of that stuff. So, first to clarify, I'm going to roll a d4. And I'm going to mark each one, and then there'll be attack rolls against those who come up. All right. So in total, there are 6 arrows. So I'm going to roll 6d4. This is just to figure out who is getting targeted in this moment. So Ezra, you are 1. Desity, you are 2. Azazel, you are 3. And Virgil, you are 4. So, first we're going to roll this. And so I can look at him. Wow. So, Azazel, you have been targeted 3 times. Virgil, you've been targeted twice. And Ezra, you've been targeted once. So, once. So, Desity gets off with no targets.
Godfrey?
Yeah.
That's not fair. But I'll take it.
2. Okay. So, do this really quick. These can all kind of easily miss. So,
Did I manage to get proper cover?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you got proper cover. And Azazel, you essentially turned and looked to fire them. So the numbers coming against you negatively here is pretty spot on considering what you did, despite it being random chance. So Ezra, with your cover, yeah. So we'll do least to most as we resolve these really quick. So this first one is going to be aimed at Ezra. Whatever your AC is, it's an additional, I believe at this would be, since they're basically directly above you, I'm going to say it's half plus cover. So it'll be 3 to your AC. So
okay, so that's a 19.
19. Okay, so definitely doesn't beat a 19. So you are good to go. Virgil, you are targeted twice. You are not in any kind of cover, but you do have your AC total is 18 here.
Yes.
So, all right. So I'm gonna highlight you. Roll this really quick. First one will hit, and let's see if the second one hits. Basically 50-50. The second one.
Oh shit.
Hits as well. Okay. Let's roll the damage on this really quick. Thankfully, none of these are okay. So there's no bonus.
Virgil's AC.
Virgil's AC.
18.
18. So the 27 is not a crit.
Dodged a crit.
Yeah, just dodged a crit. So in total, you take 8 points of damage, Virgil.
Oof.
As the 2 arrows, one scarily close, maybe to to the center of your chest, right? Kind of maybe it pierces down and slams into your shoulder, and the other one just kind of rushes past, maybe like leaving a long wounding mark against the arm. But they were definitely aimed to kill here. And so, Azazel, you also have an 18, so we will have 3 rolls against 18. Again, this is also 50-50 because it is a plus 8 on the roll. So whether you get hit is literally a coin toss.
Let's go.
First one's gonna hit. Second one will miss, and then the third one will also miss. So you only take 1. Damn. And you take 6 points. So full damage. All right.
Ow.
So there you go. All right.
Hey, thank you.
Perfect. So Virgil dies today. Hey, relax, dude. Relax, dude. It's not that. All right. Okay. So as the arrows rain down on all of you, right? All of you kind of get hit. The arrows pierce who are targeted. Carlos, in this moment, you've seen the arrows like shooting out, and even in your imagination, knowing, you couldn't really know exactly if you were targeted or not, right? You just saw them loose. Maybe you kind of closed your eyes as you raised your hands, right? Just kind of like, But as you stand there, unhurt, unfazed by the damage. Same for you, Desiree. You also, I think, took cover, if I'm not mistaken. So from where you are, you can see that none of the arrows have come near you. Just one that was over in the direction of Ezra that kind of missed and slammed into the stone ground, just kind of scattered, kind of broken by the power behind it. But Virgil and Azazel, the 2 of you, have definitely taken heavy wounds. At this point, Virgil, you've got 3 arrows in your body, right? Like one in your gut.
Yeah.
Oh no, 2 arrows. You got one in the shoulder and one in the gut. The other one just kind of went past. And Azazel, you now have one, sticking directly into whichever body part you would love to imagine that it is. And so, as the arrows are loose, there's an immediate clattering sound as the crossbows themselves are dropped. And as you all just kind of get a bearing on what is happening, what is going on, you can already kind of hear them kind of clattering, and a couple of crossbows literally just fall off the roof and crash into the ground around you. So there are crossbows kind of laid out every few feet from you. And I need the 4 of you, or the 5 of you rather, to make a perception check here really quickly. Okay, so Azazel, wow, the 2 people targeted, or rather targeted and hit, Virgil and Azazel, the 2 of you here, and maybe it's because they're on the roof that is kind of directly above you, the 2 of you hear an unmistakable voice. It is very specific. It is like heavy, like gravelly, kind of calling out as an order. Just kind of yelling out loud in the area for almost all to hear. I'm going to say everybody hears the words, but I'm going to say that Virgil and Azazel, the 2 of you hear it so well that if you heard the voice later, you'd be sure to pick up that, it's for you cannot forget this voice. But for everybody else, you just hear these words. And you'll hear this rough voice above you just kind of call out, now finish them off, right? Especially that one. And then there's going to be a number of kind of like cascading footsteps as all those atop the building seem to scatter this area. But Carlos, from behind, you see a figure step out with this growling dog that kind of blocks the alleyway that you're in. Azazel, you look down to the other end, and there is another figure who just kind of steps out. He doesn't block because you have an alley directly next to you if you want to, but if you look at this figure, he's standing at the end of a possible route. Just kind of standing there, stopping, just kind of standing there, a bit heavily armored, just kind of standing there like an imposing bulwark of sorts. So, as we jump into that, let us switch over the screen really quickly. All right, everybody should see. As you see, this one is the one you originally beat the shit out of, right? You kind of beating the fuck out of him with the iron rod. But this is what you see. You see these. Well, let's say Virgil, Azazel, and Carlos. I mean, the 3 of you surely see these figures up here, the dog and the other one. And then Azazel, Desiree, and Ezra, the 2 of you clearly see this figure who's kind of emerged down the other end of the alley. So, as we jump into the fray, let's go ahead. Roll initiative. And let me get some music going as we jump into our first combat.
Now, Trill,
what's up?
Considering how I finished the last session with that very good deception roll,
I'd be perfectly fine with using that. I would be fine with using the 24 as your initiative, considering.
I take that in then.
All right.
Who?
24. This one should not be in. Remove that participant. Okay. All
I
right.
had my lantern out the entire time, by the way. It has been on.
Boy.
So
Oh, nice.
All right.
We're gonna
That was
die.
an enemy. Yeah.
I know. It's great. TPK.
Amazing.
So, the lantern being out, does that?
it actually does cast light. So
Okay, so cast light. Okay, so yeah. Actually, you know what? I'll do this then. Just for the sake of the
yeah,
thing.
20 feet bright and then 20 feet dim further out.
So let's see. put light on you. There we go. All right. So, as we jump into the fray, the figure that begins is the one standing at the edge. They are going to use one action to essentially just walk up to here, and then they are going to ready another action. You just see him kind of holding onto their weapon, which at this point looks like an halberd of sorts. They're going to kind of stand there gripping a hold of the weapon, just kind of waiting to see what you all do. And so, Virgil.
Virgil will step up to this guy.
Okay, so you rush right in?
Yep.
Perfect. All right. So,
And I'm going to hit him with... I think I can hit him with both of my weapons because they're both drawn.
I believe so. Yeah. Use one action for one, and then you'd have to take the multi-attack penalty for the other.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the first strike of the bastard sword, you swing towards the target. They just kind of lift up the halberd, kind of meeting the blade, stopping it. The second attack, though, will definitely get through. So you swing with the iron rod. Go ahead and roll damage there. Yeah, cracking it against them. Absolutely. You use the bastard sword to kind of to get the attention of the halberd, and then swinging up over it, you bring the iron rod down onto their shoulder, and with like a nasty kind of give to it. Definitely hits solid as the would-be kind of attacker now kind of reels backwards for a moment.
Okay, just after I hit, I look over my shoulder and just say, "Get out of here, go!"
All right. So, you have triggered the reaction from the attacker. They readied a strike action in the case of them being attacked in melee. So, you rush forward. They're going to swing out back in your direction. That's going to hit. And I think this is going to, unfortunately... 10 points. You are dropped unconscious.
Oh jeez.
Oh boy.
Oh no!
So.
Oh, excellent.
Your last words.
And you receive dying 1. So.
A heroic sacrifice.
You also move an initiative to prior to the one who attacked you. So. I'm just going to change the number for you. Update participant to 26. Okay. So yeah, you rush forward. You've gotten a strong attack off, and they've kind of swung back in your direction. So the halberd kind of cleaves across the chest. It kind of breaks the arrow that was stuck in previously, kind of leaving you a large wound across, and you fall unconscious. So, Carlos.
I was going to see if I could keep the unseen servant up.
Oh yeah, you do. Yeah, you said you used essentially one to like
Yeah, but if I keep him going, I've got to use one action per round to sustain the spell.
Exactly. So
I think that's going to be to my benefit.
All right, it's up to you.
So, yeah.
You drop him.
Oh, actually, I am going to on guy up here near the dog.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Charm.
Charm. Okay. Perfect.
DC 17 save for him.
Okay, so you haven't recently threatened or used a hostile attack, so it doesn't get the circumstance bonus. And I don't know if it's me, but you've cut out super low for some reason.
Sorry, it's got ducking out underneath my mic.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, so they will attempt to save against. They absolutely fail. In which case, becomes friendly towards you. If it was friendly, it becomes helpful. It can't use hostile. Okay, so no matter what in all of this, while it is essentially charmed, and now charmed for the next hour by you, it will not use hostile actions against you unless you obviously do some, hostility towards it. So, yeah. So they are friendly towards you specifically.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right.
That's pretty much going to be apart from do something with my unseen servant. My unseen servant will be pretty much where the guy on the ground is.
Okay. All right. So you'll maintain the unseen servant. Perfect.
Yeah.
I'll place him there.
I can command it during that sustain. So, it's a summoned minion, I think it is.
Yeah.
What are we going to say for movement? 25, same as.
I think the movement is actually 30 feet.
Oh, okay. I will do then is I will move the unseen servant in front of me just as a bit of a blocker.
Okay, to kind of use as a shield, almost like a force shield, basically. Yeah, perfect.
Pretty much. So that's my turn.
All right, perfect. So, Ezra.
Okay, so do I have clear enough vision to even take a shot against that street thug?
Clear enough vision. I'm gonna say they have at least partial cover because of the fact that both Desity and Azazel kind of stand in their way. So, I would say you can take a shot, but they're gonna have a little bit of higher AC.
Yeah. Okay. So what I would like to do is devise a stratagem,
Okay.
for that street thug.
Perfect.
So the next time I detect them with a ranged attack, I can use my intelligence instead of my dexterity.
Absolutely.
On my rolling, and I will do additional damage.
Perfect.
And then I'm going to target this. And how do I target someone again?
You hover over
and
and
tap
hit T. Yeah.
T. That was.
There you go.
Bingo.
No, it's not dexterity. How can I roll this probably so it doesn't?
You can just roll its attack, and then instead of using the +2, it'll be a plus. What is your intelligence modifier? +4?
Oh, no, and I can actually. I have a thingy here where I can just. This should do it. Oh my god! Come on.
Oof. So yeah, you fire off, or no, sorry, this is a devise a stratagem. So,
Yes.
yeah, so you're trying to gauge whether or not if you make an attack towards this target, if it is going to hit successfully. And I'm going to say that because of Desity and Azazel kind of standing in the way.
Oh no, this already was the shot. So the devise a stratagem does not make a roll whatsoever. Or rather, yes, it does. I roll a d20 now. But yeah, okay, you're actually right.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry.
No, it's all good. So yeah, you assess if you can hit him, and then you take a roll. If you don't like the number, then you obviously can choose not to attack, right?
Yes,
but you have
exactly.
to use the roll if you do attack, is the whole thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right.
I would say also you have hero points, so that's one thing.
Okay, so I can use that one. I do have one hero point.
Yeah, I would say you
correct?
have one. Yeah. We start
Then
the
I would
session
like
with
to
one.
use that.
Yeah. Perfect. All right.
So I
Yes.
can re-roll that roll.
For sure.
All right, then I will do that. Wait, that
If you
was
want to
not what I
reroll it,
wanted
you
to do.
right-click the post in the thing.
Yeah, if you right click the attack that you made that says it missed by 8 or whatever. Yeah.
There we go.
All right. That one will. Let me see. That one will absolutely hit, even with the partial cover.
Wait, I'm getting spammed right now. I need to mute something here. Okay.
No problem.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so now I hit. Do I hit?
Yeah, you absolutely hit. You look through and you can see the attack in between that you could clearly make, and yeah, absolutely. So you shoot off a shot in their direction. Absolutely. Yeah. Let's see. It catches them completely off guard. They're kind of standing over Virgil's body with the halberd, starting to kind of raise it to give, like, the final attack to kind of put Virgil down for good. But your arrow just kind of weaves its way kind of masterfully as like Desert is kind of leaning to the right, Azazel's kind of leaning to the left, right? You just kind of split the middle between them, and it slams directly into the neck of this would-be kind of thug. The arrow just kind of sticking out. They kind of reel back. They are in extremely bad shape at this point.
All right. So that was 2 actions I just did. Do I have any like possibility to hide where I am at the moment? Sort of like lean back around the corner or something, or would that actually would I need to move to go and like
Let's see.
to stealth basically?
Yeah, I'd say you could definitely make like a somewhat of a stealth check here.
Okay, then I would like to do that as my action.
Okay.
That's terrible.
Yeah, so you kind of like try to slink up against the wall, right, as best as you can to kind of really give yourself a bit of cover. Because as you look around, you know, looking up again, trying to find those crossbows, it seems like they're gone. There's a crossbow kind of laying, you know, right here, right here, right here. They've all kind of fallen from the rooftops, and it seems like whatever figures were up there have made their escape, and they're, you know, kind of pushing whoever's down here, attacking the party to finish the job.
All right.
I see.
That's
Devise a
my
stratagem. You attacked and then hit. Okay,
Stealth.
perfect. All right. Yeah, this figure is gonna look at you, Carlos, because you've successfully charmed them.
Well, he's friendly because it was a failure on his part. He's friendly towards me now.
Yeah, he's friendly towards you, so he's gonna look at you, and he's gonna kind of smile. He's like, "Hey, haven't seen you in a while." And it's gonna be kind of awkward because it's gonna be like you know, like the situations we find ourselves in, right? You know. And
I was gonna say, don't worry about it. You know, these things happen. You know, it's a small world. It's a small city.
don't worry about it.
You.
Yeah, you'll be all right. The others, though, unfortunate. You know how it is. And they're going to whistle essentially, right? And snap in the direction of Azazel. Essentially commanding the dog next to them to rush forward. But as they do that, though, so that's gonna be one of their actions. Their other 2 actions are gonna be to kind of walk up here, walk right past. So that's sorry. So where do they start? Fuck. So they started here. So I want to make sure.
Move 20 feet.
Yeah. So so it's. Oh Christ. It's counting the whole thing. Fuck.
Yeah, so 20 feet per turn.
Just move like 300 feet in one action.
Yeah. So it's 20 feet here, right?
Yeah.
And then they'll use another 20 feet to get basically right here. And they're looking down the hall and kind of looking at Desiree and Ezra. And they've got this like goofy smile on their face, having been charmed by Carlos. And so, after that, the dog will rush into the fray, targeting you, Azazel. It is going to reach out and attempt to maul you. It is not going to be able to bite you. It's going to kind of lash out, miss. And I'm thinking it's gonna take 2 attacks. See what it can do. It's basically perfect.
Nice.
They flip it off.
Yeah, absolutely. So go ahead.
Love that for you.
Can we steal his dog? I'm not gonna lie, I thought about that the moment I saw it.
Yeah.
I want to steal this dog,
Alright.
but it's a goblin dog.
This is a dog.
Goblin though.
Dog.
Shit. Okay. I can't. I have point blank shot, but am I able to shoot these guys right in front of me though? Or will I have to take a step back?
I think there is a negative penalty if you're trying to shoot with the crossbow, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, you have point blank shot
I have
though.
a longbow.
Yeah,
I have a point blank shot, but I have a longbow.
Then when using a ranged weapon that doesn't have the volley trait, which I don't think, wrong bow has, then you gain a +2 circumstance bonus to damage rolls on targets when targets are within the first increment. Okay.
They
Yeah,
do
then-
more damage, but still have problems hitting.
Yeah. So you still have the issue with hitting up close, but yeah. So you would have to get away from the negative circumstantial bonus. You'd have to take a step, right, to put some space between you and them at least.
Yeah, I'll use an action to 10 feet this way.
Okay. Fair enough. You're targeting.
Buddy.
Don't want to fire the dog. Don't want to hurt the dog, so I'm gonna hit the guy.
Oh,
Hmm?
I'm sorry. Just one thing that I just read up on. I can move 5 feet when I take the sneak action, which I did.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I would have moved 5 feet downwards.
Yeah. No problem.
That's a fledgling thing. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah. No problem. All good.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Oh no! Don't want to move me. I was trying to get the yeah, shooting him.
Yeah, just hover over him and
Oh gosh.
I just collect. Oh, nat one! Are
So-
you fucking kidding me? You know
So-
what?
have a hero point.
Yeah, hero point. And fuck that nat one.
Right click the post in the chat.
Yeah. Reroll and keep the new result,
Uh,
or reroll using
reroll
hero
using
point.
hero point.
Yeah, there we
Yeah.
go.
Come on, come on, come on.
Jesus
Come
Christ.
Fuck on. Does a 12 hit?
It absolutely does not. So
Damn it.
yeah, the arrow just rushes past, slamming into the building behind and breaking. So you took a step, you attacked. You have one more action.
Will I be able to shoot again? Is that the -5 one? Or
Yes.
You first need to reload, right?
Well,
Or
let's
no,
see.
the,
Yeah, Longbow
It's a
has
bow.
reload 0, so you can. I believe you can reroll. You can attack again.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
yeah, but it would be
Let's
at the
see what
-5. Yeah.
let's see what happens with -5. Boop. Kill me.
Wow.
oh my god.
It's like rolling a 0.
maybe you should grab one of the crossbows. Maybe that might help.
Yeah, so you release 2 arrows in quick succession, but they are not aimed very well as you're. We'll say you're a little spooked by the dog that is like rushed forward with these large fangs trying to kind of maul you, right? So
That 7 is with the -5, by the way. I got a 7.
yeah. So it's like you rolled a 0, I believe.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Perfect. So
But you didn't move, right? You're still standing next to them,
No,
or did you move?
you moved,
I
yeah.
moved first and then pew pew.
Okay.
So.
So that's my turn.
Alright, so yeah, Azazel, you're kind of stepping back, trying to rush away, and say you bump into Desity, right? Like, that kind of stops your movement, and you unleash these 2 shots, but both of them just kind of too scattered. So, Desity.
First thing I want to do is let's see. Yeah, I want to exploit vulnerability on the dude.
Okay, absolutely. So,
A lot.
attack with appropriate, then select a creature,
Esoteric lore check against a DC.
a standard DC for its level, as you retrieve the right object. Okay. So go ahead and roll the
Esoteric.
yeah, esoteric lore.
Secretly or
Open. Yeah. I prefer.
Okay.
Yeah. 17 absolutely gets you a success. So, okay. So,
highest weakness.
mortal weakness. The highest weakness is this. I guess there's a one way to kind of put it clearly. Humans in general. I'll say your average person is gonna have very bad ability to kind of what's the word? Like protect their mind, right? To stop themselves from being influenced, right? So like this person already being under a charm spell kind of makes complete sense. And then so the way I'm trying to see exploit vulnerability, because I remember this is a thing. Exploit vulnerability. You gain the exploit vulnerability action. So activate the highest weakness. Yeah, see the thing is they don't yeah, they don't have a weakness in the sense of like anything that they're weak to as far as like damage types, right? So like you're not gonna get like the. So I think whenever that happens, you just gain a +2, if I'm not mistaken, to the damage that you roll. Yeah. So, yeah. They're human. They're spongy and soft, right?
Right.
So.
So then we're going to. I'm going to hazard a risk of getting attacked by the dog, who may be my friend soon. By scooting right here and whacking at the guy with my whip.
Okay. Crack the whip towards him. Unfortunately, as you do, the whip snaps, but does not snap on your target of choice.
Dang. And that is 3 actions. Yeah.
3 actions. All right. So we come around. Currently, Arbitro, Virgil Ortega is dying. So I need you to make a recovery check. There is something here that you can use. You can use it happened so early, but you can use all your hero points, even if that is only 1, which you only have 1. You can make something in Pathfinder called a heroic recovery, essentially where you go, you lose the dying, you're stabilized, so you're still unconscious, but you lose the dying condition.
Yeah, I'll do that then. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, so you do gain the wound, but you are no longer dying, but you're still unconscious and prone.
Cool.
So, this basically means you're at 0 health, but you're not dead, right? If that makes sense. Perfect. Okay. So I think that is all you can do. Next round will be. I think they see that from there. Here, actually, we'll do this real quick. Yeah, from their point of view, Virgil has been taken care of, so they're going to step over the body, and they're gonna move past and look to come into the fight. So that's fuck. So it's 10. Actually, I mean, there is this to deal with.
Difficult terrain over a dead body, over a unconscious body.
Yeah, so it's different. So it's 15 feet because it's messed up movement. They're actually going to target the one that was beat on by Jesus, that doesn't sound well. The one that was beaten up by Virgil. They're going to take a strike against them using the halberd. They're like, whoa, what's going on? And then 8 points, and that is enough to outright kill them. So they are done.
Fun.
So yeah, they just step over, blast the halberd right through the one that had initially targeted Virgil, and then so it's move, attack, and then I think they move again. Stopping right here. So Carlos.
Hey. Well, this is gonna work. Right, Carlos is gonna try something. He's gonna shout to the guy that he's currently got charmed. He's gonna shout, "What the bastard just did to our friend? You're gonna stand for that?" He's gonna try, and he's gonna lay it on a bit thick that he's devastated in the betrayal. And I'd like to use performance to try and persuade the guy to side against the one that downed Virgil.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say you can roll it. Sure. Sure. I don't know if that's exactly how it works, but I think this is a cool idea. I think it's a cool idea. So let's see it to its conclusion.
I mean, the other option is diplomacy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same bonus for me, so I don't mind.
Whichever one.
We'll do it as diplomacy then, because.
All right, perfect.
I thought it was only 18.
I was about to say.
I'd say I believe you have a hero point, Virgil or Carlos, if you want to use it.
Who wants to use those hero points? Yes,
I mean,
I've never used a hero point. Let's give it a go.
Give it a go. All right.
Well,
Much better.
21. Yeah. How this person looks at this person. Look what they did to our friend, right? The thing is they only see you charmed. They don't necessarily see the rest, right? Like, they see you as a friend. They don't see anybody else you're with, and they've already kind of addressed that with like a, too bad. But I'm gonna say that because they killed this one. Yeah, because they killed this one. He's gonna look to you and he's gonna kind of nod his head. You're right. He's a bit too out of control. And so you have successfully, I'll say, turned this one against the ally of theirs, this one.
Right, so that was one action. And I will let the unseen servant drop. He's not doing anything for me.
All right, so.
And he will shout, "Yeah, screw him! Let's do him!" And he's going to cast at the guy that downed Virgil, telekinetic projectile. He's going to pick up one of the fallen crossbows that's probably smashed to splinters and just hurl it at that guy.
Okay, absolutely. So, absolutely.
So just pick one of those, do I?
Yeah, probably piercing because you're using the, yeah, and then you just attack. That is absolutely big hit. 20. Okay, yeah. 8 points. Yeah, absolutely. So, as they're just kind of just now figuring out, like, what's happening, as they turn and look at this one here who's kind of got command over this dog, they're completely caught off guard as you raise one of the kind of splintered up crossbow bolts, and you take the part that still has the sharpened end, and you just kind of projectile right into their direction, and I'll say it joins the other one up near the neck, right between the collar and the throat. Just slashes in, and yeah, they're hit kind of like before they know it, and they collapse dead. And the one that you've essentially just turned against them is gonna kind of look at you and like give you like a hell yeah,
a thumbs up.
Yeah. Like, good job, So I believe that is your 3 turns.
Yes, that's it.
All right. Ezra. Weird stuff happening. A little weird stuff. From where you can stand and listen in, you've heard, like, you've seen this figure. Well, remove that, by the way. You've seen this figure, the other one that's now kind of stepped out. You can still see everything that's going on. But you've seen them, like, act real friendly towards Carlos, which is maybe a bit strange to you. Oh, you're also muted, by the way.
Yeah.
I am so sorry.
There we go.
I would like to listen and see around if there are any other people approaching at the moment.
Yeah, so if you want to take a quick seek, go ahead and roll me a perception check to look around your surroundings. Seems perfectly clear.
Okay.
No?
Did that was that an action?
It is an action to seek, yeah. Okay. So you look around, you feel very confident that you're the last, threats that you have directly, in your area, or are these two standing,
How hurt does Azazel look?
Zeta, if you want to describe.
1 minute. There we go. I got an arrow sticking out my leg, so tell me.
Okay. Then I am going to devise another stratagem, and would like to sort of peek out, and shoot the dog if I can.
Okay. Sure. Fair enough. I'll say they are flat-footed to you, so.
Not the dog. Hida is gonna have
So
our
flat-footed means what?
It means they have a -2 to their AC, and I guess if you have anything like,
I don't think I do.
like sometimes you may do sneak attack damage or something, but I'm not sure how that
I
works.
can do that.
That is going to be a critical with the flat-footed.
So that is critical damage.
You targeted yourself, but it still is critical.
I'm so sorry. Yeah,
Okay,
I was-
okay. Absolutely. So you step out, releasing the bolt towards the dog, and I'm gonna say you pierce directly through the ear into the head of the dog, and by some measure of medical mystery, it still stands, but only just.
Okay.
Yeah, like it's like I I want to get too descriptive of how a dog dies, so but
Yeah.
it is looking very fucked up. So
Yes.
all right, perfect. So you checked, you striked. What else?
I did devise a stratagem, so that's all my 3 actions.
Oh, okay, absolutely. All right. And then all right. So just kind of look down. See the dog is in a messed up state. And then they're gonna just step forward here. And they're gonna look directly across at Desiree. They're gonna raise their hands, and they're gonna fire off a spell in your direction.
Oh no.
I knew that was gonna happen.
As they do this, they give you a look, Carlos, like they shrug their shoulders. I'm sorry, but they do produce flame.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
And it is, let's see, how do I turn this? There you go. So yeah, they essentially aim it down this way. So I need Azazel and Desiree to go ahead and make the basic reflex save. Okay, you fail.
Oh no.
22. So you do beat it. So the way basic works is that even if you still take half damage if you succeed, but if you fail, you take full damage. So yeah, they stand there and just kind of produce this searing flame that scatters across the front into the direction.
I'm so happy I saved.
Desiree, you take 14. Azazel, you take half, so you take 7. So yeah, they unleash this torrent of flame in your direction that kind of it burns the body of the one hit by 2 arrows into kind of like a crisp before it kind of waves out in your direction like a blast of fire.
Fucking ow.
All right, that is their full turn. The dog barely alive at this point. I think he's gonna stay on Azazel. They've been ordered.
Oh,
They're gonna step forward.
dog.
They're
I feel bad for you.
gonna bite.
Oh boy.
Oh,
You're gonna be hit.
That's a hit. That's a hit. Are we actually gonna go down? Oh,
Take 8 points. You are
Azazel gets mauled to death.
you're not
You
dying.
use your hero point.
No, I've
Oh, dear.
used it.
Yeah.
You used it, yeah. You're already at the right spot, so you're already dead.
Can't Carlos might be the only one to survive this.
Yeah, I'm actually going to say the dog is going to turn because of the immense amount of damage that it has taken. How it still stands, it's gonna waste its final turn waiting for an order because it's done exactly what it had to do with taking down Azazel. So it's gonna turn and like just look at the owner, who has used all their actions, so they can't do anything. Desiree.
Okay, well, Desiree is kind of burning at the moment. But what she is going to do is, seeing as part of her skin is now being burnt up, her blood's available, so she's going to envenom.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, you can deal 1 slashing damage to yourself as part of the
I'll say the envenom. I'll say it works because of the burn, right?
Do I still take the damage?
Yeah. So you use your blood, or you must be injured, right? So I'll say.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So it's only saying you can deal it to yourself if you haven't taken any damage, right?
Okay,
So-
cool.
So you
Yeah.
envenom your weapon.
Yep.
Okay. Perfect.
And then I'm going to whip at the guy.
All right.
Yep, I'm just making sure I'm targeting him.
That is absolutely going to hit. And so they have to
And,
make... Okay, so they take 2 points of damage, and then they have to make a fortitude save against your poison, right?
Yep.
So, let's see if he makes it. There's a 50-50 chance. It just makes it. So the poison is on the whip and it kind of cracks into him, leaving like a small cut across his the lower part of his eye. But it just doesn't. It kind of shakes it off really quickly. It kind of reaches at the point of injury and just kind of wipes it away.
And then I'm gonna whack him again, hopefully.
Perfect. Okay.
Nope.
Nope. So, second one will
Mm,
go wide.
three actions.
Go ahead and roll me a d20, Virgil. Or rather, Virgil, make me a perception check. Sorry. So
Sorry.
it's all good. This will be just what's your perception bonus? +5.
+5, yeah.
Yeah, a loud enough noise has been going on around you that you come back from unconsciousness. You have 1 HP. You're down on the ground. Your weapons are both by your side, but they're on the ground, so you have to pick them up. And you are prone. But you kind of, after having been attacked right by the halberd, you kind of come back and, kind of this quickly gasping breath as you regain consciousness.
The smell of burned flesh in your nose.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Flesh and venom.
Can I? I'll just grab both of my weapons and can I crawl backwards?
Yeah.
So, what's that? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Just crawl back to that corner.
All
I
right.
wonder if there's a fallen crossbow about with some bolts with it.
I'd say there would be if you were looking for that.
That's all 3 of my actions, though, isn't it? Grabbing both of my weapons and then
Yeah, it
crawling
is.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, remove the participant here. So, Carlos.
Okay. Let's try. So might be a bit unusual this one, but the first thing I want to do with Carlos in the social environment of a gang of street hoods, he wants to cast Read the Air.
Okay.
And the purpose of I'm trying to get that +1 to diplomacy.
Okay.
That's 2 actions. Do you want me to tell you what I've got in mind?
Yeah. Let's run it through.
So I want to do this to get the bonus, and then I want to again use 1 action to use diplomacy to try and convince this guy. But 2 of you guys are down. Your dog's hurting. That what she just did look like really hurt. I think you've made your point. Why don't you get out of here while before somebody turns up? Make good your escape sort of thing. You'll convince him as a friend.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and sure. Let's make that diplomacy check.
So done that. Well, it all falls apart.
$19. We'll say with the +1 for read the air, because I'm gonna say you get it. I'm gonna say without having to make the check because they're already charmed by you. And I'll say that they go from they go to helpful. So.
I was gonna say, my friend, your dog's hurt. What she just did, that really look after yourself, man. You just get out of here while the getting's good.
Oh wait, whoops. Let's get rid of that. They're already friendly towards you. Now they're helpful towards you. Is it helpful for you if they go away? Probably, right? Let's. Okay. He's gonna kind of take a moment, kind of look up and down the length of the alley. He's gonna be looking at you directly, Virgil, and he's gonna ask you kindly. He's gonna call out, turning his back to Desiree and Azazel, to look at you directly. And he's gonna ask, you get the message then?
Virgil, probably coughing up blood. I'm just going, go fuck yourself.
He's gonna kind of smirk, smile, and kind of laugh, and turn to you, Desiree. Well, seems he's gotten it. How about you? You and I think there's one more of you. You're done now.
We haven't even started.
And now you're done. Deal?
You burn me and you think that this is going to be the thing to stop me?
Oh man.
In the background, Carlos is going to be waving his hands. Going, oh no!
He's gonna turn and look to you, Carlos. They're not finished. I'm sorry. You did everything you could, Carlos, but the players turn that one against. Turn that one around.
Yeah, that's my turn then, because that was 3 actions.
All right, Ezra.
Ezra, do a thing.
Okay, so first question. Do I can I administer a health potion to someone else? So if I were to walk up to Azazel, I do have a health potion in my inventory. Could I administer one to him? So
Yeah, it would just take unfortunately it would take all 3 actions. You'd have to walk up, pull it out, and then feed it to Azazel.
okay.
But you could do that. Yeah.
Then I'm not gonna do that though.
Okay.
Instead, I am going to step out, use my device of stratagem, pull out my get my crossbow out, point it at them, and say, "Message received," and shoot.
Okay. So.
Ooh. Make sure you're targeting the guy.
Yeah, thank you for reminding me. It's not working? Why is it not working? Oh, it's working, okay.
You in this moment, as you kind of read the situation, Desiree is kind of swaying from being hurt, and the one now kind of stands ready, really more ready than anything. You look and you do not feel confident about your ability to hit him in this moment, mostly because Desiree is in the way.
Then I am still going to take a shot, but not at him, but at the dog instead.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I don't use my intelligence and don't do extra damage, but I'm just going to take the shot.
Okay. Yeah, roll damage. Well, you.
And
Oh, I get it. Yeah. To be honest, the dog is basically fucking dead anyway, so I'm just gonna have the dog die. Cause yeah, it just, you know what I mean? Yeah, you rolled a 1, look, there you go. Fucking, that's it. That was all the dog needed, so I'm gonna say it only had like 2 rounds left. And then the shot from previously, just kind of, puts them down. So you take another shot, but before your arrow even hits, I'm gonna say that they just collapse. So.
Amazing.
And then I'm going to use my movement to just go over to the other corner to just get some distance between me and them.
Okay. All right.
no.
Okay. Yeah, it's their turn. Fuck. Actually, it would be Azazel. Oh no.
Yeah, it's Azel's turn first because
Yeah,
he
you
would
never
have
did.
gone his initiative before the urchin who downed him.
Oh no, it was the dog that down. So actually, sorry, this should have happened.
that's
I should have done this way earlier. But let me update where you're at.
It was the cone thing that downed Azazel. So yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it wasn't. It was
Oh,
the,
no,
It was the
was the
dog.
dog, it was
Yeah,
the
it was the
dog.
dog.
Hit me.
Yeah.
All right. Oh yeah.
So I put you right. I put you in the right spot, Azazel. If you want to make me a recovery check.
Cool. How do I do this?
Character sheet. If you look up where your health is, you should see dying, wounded. You'll see like a little dice to the left. Yeah.
Yes, there it is.
Yay.
Okay. So you are no longer dying, but you are wounded. But you're still unconscious and prone. So 1 second. Let me. There we go. Okay, so with that all taken care of, they're gonna look at you, Desiree, and they're gonna raise their hand, similar to how they raised it previously when they blasted you with the fire, and they're gonna ask you, "Is this really how you want to see? Is this really how you want to see your end?"
You know, if you work with that Lancer that comes to my shop every day to buy stuff, and he doesn't see me, and he learns that you killed me, you're in some serious shit. You know that, yeah?
Roll me a perception check here.
Yes.
This person looks thoroughly confused at what you're talking about. What? Like, okay.
More than likely, you're gonna die too.
Why are you suddenly ahead of their turn? What happened to your initiative? Oh, did it?
What?
Oh, it could, because you rolled a perception. It moved you in the initiative order. Sorry,
Oh.
I gotta change that. Yeah, so it's
Desiree was 8.
oh yeah, I'll just put 12. Put some at the bottom. So yeah, they're gonna look at you and like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Now
He buys a bunch of my, occult stuff. Who knows what he could have? He may even be able to curse you right now. You never know. You don't want to touch me. I'm the only one who can actually buy things from him, or he buy things from. If he doesn't see me anymore, then who knows?
Unfortunately,
well, at least he's used all his actions up talking, eh?
no, unfortunately he has not. He's used one action there.
Tried.
I mean, yeah, this is gonna be unfortunate, but this is what's gonna happen. They are going to again target in your direction, and they're gonna cast the same spell.
Wait, will it hit Azazel as well?
Absolutely will.
Yeah.
So, I think if you're unconscious, you automatically fail any check. So,
Oh no.
Desity, I think even if it's, I mean, there's a super low chance, but there is a chance. So if you go ahead and make your reflex save first, we can check the damage, because if you make it and it's half, and for, I think in some way the 2d6 rolls a 1 and a 1, there's a chance you stay alive, but otherwise you're downed.
I wanna take that risk.
Yeah. Go ahead and make the reflex save. Yeah. So, he's gonna, this figure's gonna look at you and just kind of shrug his shoulders. I gave you a chance. And then the fire is going to erupt from their hands, and again burning the corpse in front of them, and then cascading the wave of fire over you and Azazel. Let me see. So actually, wow. I think you actually only this seems if you're unconscious, sorry, I'm trying to make sure. I'm trying to make sure that we're doing this right, because there's such a chance of death. I want it to not be fucking cheesy or like a mistake, right? The helpless target is treated as having a dexterity of 0. So technically you get a reflex save, but it's with a huge negative, Azazel. So I guess I technically think you could potentially natural 20 on it and be not as bad, because if you take a critical, you have to take critical damage from the failure, right? So and potentially that critical could zero you to negative 20 over your max HP, and then you would just be instant dead without a save. So go ahead and make a save. I think it's with a -4 to your reflex. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
Yeah.
Oh, I can just turn off dexterity?
Yes. Well, it's no. So that was for Pathfinder when I was mistaken. It's with a -4. So reflex
Yeah,
save.
well, I got a -4 on my dex, so if I just take that off.
Oh yeah, perfect. It'll roll the same number then. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you.
Cool, 10.
Okay. Yeah. So you just take normal damage. And so. 13 and 13. So yeah, Desity, you are dying, and Azazel, you're unfortunately back to dying.
Yay.
So,
I don't want him to die. It's just funny if he dies.
yeah. So, yeah, they're gonna shrug and look at you, Carlos. Well, like some done then, and just kind of wipe their hands clean. But technically you move in front of him, so you don't have a turn since you were knocked prone this time around.
Yeah.
So it'll be Virgil, you see this figure who has lit up these two back to back now kind of turn and essentially start to make their way, leaving. But you have a chance to do something.
No, he's not going to do anything. There's nothing I can do to help myself, is there?
Let's see. Do you have...
Nope. No, I will just sit here slowly bleeding to death.
Okay, so you're not going to attempt to stop him from leaving?
Nope.
Alright, Carlos. They kind of wipe their hands clean. Alright, what's done is done. Do you do anything?
You will use one action to speak to
As they start to leave? Okay.
the urchin as he leaves. That was an impressive display, and you've surely made your point. You can walk away and tell people they should fear you. Congratulations.
Yeah.
So he is leaving, yeah?
Yeah, I am leaving. Should they survive, ensure that they are finished.
Sure. I'll check them out and make sure they know they were lucky you left when you did.
All right, man. He's gonna give you a thumbs up.
Good man.
Later.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
Right. And with that, Carlos is going to move. That's one action. I just wanted to make sure he was going.
Okay.
Get up to there.
Let's remove that. Goblin dog.
He's going to. I've only got one action left, so I don't think I can do everything I want to do. But he's going to search Desiree to see if she's got any potions that he can give her next time round.
Okay.
He's got to do it as a search, hasn't he?
Yeah. Which, I mean, I think she's unconscious, so I think you can easily kind of reach down and find something.
Or is he happy for just to do it right? So, being cheeky, has he got in that action? If it's so easy, would he be able to apply that potion as well?
I wouldn't say you'd be able to apply it, but I'll say you'd be able to take it.
He's got it ready for next time. Okay, so that's
Perfect.
Carl's out.
All right. And Ezra. Oh, sorry. Azazel. I need you to roll me a recovery check.
All right. That'll be a 3.
That is a failure, so you are dying 2 now.
Yay.
And so, Ezra. Are you doing anything as this figure leaves?
You muted.
You're muted.
Oh, yeah, you're muted. Sorry.
So can I sort of like wait my turn until he actually leaves?
Yeah, you could. You could just drop out of like initiative. Just waiting until they're gone. So.
But so like the thing is, what I'm going to do is wait until he leaves and then pop out from the corner, my crossbow pointed at Carlos, and say, "Get your dirty fingers off her."
Okay, perfect.
Because she did not notice that he cast any spells or whatsoever.
Fair enough. Okay. So yeah. So you wait. You want to wait until he leaves, and then you want to do it, right?
Yes.
Okay. So while that's
to her,
happening,
it just looks like he was.
looks like he's on their side. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and now he's trying to like
Steal
their
her shit.
corpse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Desiree, I need you to roll me a recovery check.
What a party.
Here we go.
You're now dying too. And so,
Game.
yeah, we'll use all their actions to get on out of here, and before you know it, they are gone. So, Ezra, it's now your turn, and I will go ahead and stop the music for a second as we see what happens. So, yeah, you step out, your crossbow aimed right towards Carlos.
I'll say, get your dirty hands off her.
You know, get back in your corner. You're not doing much to help here. That's all Carlos is going to say.
All right.
That's not very helpful.
So I'll say, Carlos, you have the potion in hand if you wanted to quickly.
Yeah. As soon as Carlos can, he's going to pour it down Zuri's throat, and then on signs she's recovering, he's going to search Azazel to see if he's got anything that he can use to help.
Nope.
All right.
Will you still
If
search?
she sees that he's actually administering the potion, she's going to drop her weapon, pull out her briefcase, and rush to Azazel's side. Pull out a health potion of her own,
Okay.
and fill Azazel in.
All right. So Desiree, you heal up 6 points. You are no longer dying, but you are wounded. If you would like to describe the wound that has been given to you by this recent attacker.
I imagine now she's kind of like sporting very, bad burns across like her arms and her hands, maybe across her neck too, up against her cheek where her scales would be.
Okay. All right. So you've got a pretty nasty burn as the wound.
Yeah.
All right. Perfect. Ezra, go ahead and use the potion as you look to heal Azazel.
I do that from like here.
I heard IKEA.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Unfortunately, but regardless,
It worked. 1 HP is better than nothing.
Yeah, it brings you back alive at 1 HP. And you are now wounded twice, Azazel. So if you could describe the 2 wounds you have occurred in this battle.
Same as Desiree, I feel like I'm burned across a good portion of my body, but I feel like I have more burns that since I got mauled by a goblin dog, it would probably rip my clothing.
Yeah. One of the wounds is from the dog, so you got maybe like a nasty like chunk of flesh that's been ripped from your leg, and then you're covered with a nasty burn.
Yeah.
Perfect.
But I feel like the burns, I wasn't as protected because my clothes were ripped.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is what it was. Yeah.
Perfect. And then
Fucked up.
Virgil, if you would like to also describe the wound that you have accrued.
Mm-hmm. I would say, so he was hit with the halberd, that was what dropped him, wasn't it? So
Exactly.
I'd say he's got quite a nasty gash, maybe along his collarbone or something like that.
Fair enough. All right. So, we are out of combat now, so we will drop the encounter when everybody can move freely and do as they please. So, the figure...
Carlos is one of 2, unarmed. The party will go up to his brother, just say, "You want a hand up, brother?"
Please.
And Carlos will reach down and help Virgil to his feet.
Okay. Help your brother up.
Are you hurt, brother?
I'm pretty good. I was talking him round. He was nearly gone. But Desiree will not listen to her counsel. Keeps ignoring a lawyer.
Desiree is just cursing in Aklo, just every curse word she can think of.
Yeah, Ezra sort of like finished helping the 2 of them up as well. Now has a crossbow in hand. Again. Yes. And just like stares at him and says, "What kind of games are you playing?"
Playing all the games. And I like to play both sides as well. As long as I win.
What stops me from putting a bolt right into your forehead?
Me.
Give me a good reason.
Oh!
Virgil steps forward so that he's in between the 2.
Oh, wonderful.
We don't have time for this. I'm dying. Your friend over there doesn't look much better. We need to get off the street. Your shop's close, isn't it?
Yes.
Let's get out of the
Alright.
rain.
That was
All
it.
right. Yeah, the whole time the rain is continued coming, and and it's washing away the blood that is for at least 3 of you thoroughly soaked into your clothings, and so so you all get up and as best as you can move. I mean, you're moving with 1 HP, right? This is tough. You are alive, but only just barely, right? As you, Carlos, you may have to kind of give your older brother a bit of a shoulder, right? Same with Ezra, you might have to help Desiree and Azazel along.
She does.
Absolutely. And so you start to make your escape. Go ahead, Carlos.
As Virgil picked up one of the fallen crossbows, one that looks like it was in good nick.
Yeah, you want one? Yeah.
Carlos will.
Absolutely. Let me.
Carlos will.
Virgil almost certainly isn't looking at that sort of thing at the minute. He's just trying to get back and not pass out.
Carlos will pick whatever he thinks is the one in best condition up as he goes to his brother and lets his brother lean on him.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. Follow the rest of the party.
Absolutely. Yeah, you pick one up just fine.
Yep.
So.
Got no bolts, but it's a crossbow.
Absolutely. So you start to make your way through the streets, ducking and dodging in these back alleys. You leave the bodies behind, right? The dog and the burned corpse, because they've been left behind by who they were with. And it doesn't take you long. It takes you about 15 minutes or so, 20 minutes of quick but labored travel as you make your way through the alleys, and eventually you do arrive at Desiree's shop. I think you would have left like with the lights on and everything, right?
Yeah.
So there would still be like a lanterns on the inside, as if the shop was open, but the door's been locked and such, and so you can see inside. Everything looks clear as you round a corner, and so you walk right up. Desiree, pull your keys, unlock the shop, and the 5 of you all dip inside, shutting the door behind you, locking, and potentially doing what you can to kind of shutter the windows, I suppose.
Yeah.
All right, Virgil.
Just as we step inside, Virgil will sort of grumble. There's laws against leaving lit fires on in an unoccupied building.
I'm seriously dealing with that right now, and
I think I'll let it go.
Please.
Yeah. So.
Enough of fire for now.
Absolutely. So you let it go. You step inside, and with that, we will switch up our scene back to the home scene. All right. You're now inside Desiree's oddities store.
Odds and ends.
Odds and ends. And so, what's going on?
Just a meta point for anybody who's unfamiliar. You'll probably tell them this as well. We've got the healing thing, but
Indeed.
with you all being so low, there is a really good chance that we could kill you by healing you.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
If you
we
fail,
crit fail.
Yeah.
I know it's crit fail, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
fail,
yeah.
it just doesn't do anything. But crit fail, we
Yeah.
actually damage the person.
Exactly.
I'm willing to take that bet.
Yeah, Sam.
All right.
Oh,
I'm not.
Carlos has got +5 to medicine.
Virgil is definitely not. Virgil has resources.
Fair enough.
I'll sort of slump myself on the side and just bleed fucking everywhere. And I'll just look to Carlos and say, do you think you can make it back to the barracks?
You want me to go out there after that? In the rain?
Take an umbrella.
Fine.
There's like 3 of them over there. Points to a little pot that has some umbrellas in it.
Also, we've got healing potions in the shop.
No, umbrellas.
Yeah, no.
Umbrellas, right? Okay, right. fine. But before I go, does anyone? Carlos has got healer's tools as well. Does anybody want me to bandage up anything up? I can stem a bit of bleeding.
I will do that.
Yeah, but you can only do it once
It's once per person for an hour.
per
but,
hour.
Yeah. So, Ezra could potentially,
do one.
as you are running to the barracks to get potential healing potions of some sort, Carlos, Ezra could be like, one after the other, attempting to patch him up.
Right. Well, we'll go with that then. Let me just see if there's anything I can do before. Al's just going to have to go, but he's going to try and sneak out. So he's going to try and do this stealthily with an umbrella.
Is this you making the movement to the barracks? I'll just write you a note very quickly in my evidence book to address to the captain and give it to you, Captain Varga, and give it to you.
Fair enough. Right. So,
we'll do this.
All right, Carlos. So you take the umbrella, you duck out into the pouring rain, and you start to make your way back to the barracks as fast as you can. Ezra, go ahead and roll me some medicine checks.
Okay, who wants to be crit failed and killed first?
I think I have the most health out of us right now, right?
Yeah, but it's funnier with me on 1 health. Just saying.
Virgil
Alright, I mean, if you want to.
Virgil will wait until Carlos gets back.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, if you want, Zazel, go for it.
Yeah, sure. Let's see if I want to see if you crit fell on me.
Okay.
All right.
Drama.
I think.
All right, then I guess I'll do that.
All right.
I'm bleeding everywhere too.
Yeah, this will put if this is a crit fail. That's a
Oh no, it's a 22.
22.
Nice.
All right. How much healing do you get with the tools? You for sure pass. Healer's tools heals up.
Medicine check and also.
Oh, it's treat wounds. Yeah, it's treat wounds is the healing one. So, I think you need the action treat wounds. Yeah, it might be on the action character. The fuck is the treat wounds?
Items. Action. You spend 10 minutes treating one injured. Target's then temporarily immune to treat wounds. Medicine check is DC 15. I am an expert. Oh, okay. I could have attempted a DC 20 check because I'm an expert.
Oh.
Right? Am I? Wait, just a second. I'm trained. No,
You're
I'm trained.
Yeah, so you wouldn't have been able to.
Can continue treating
Success
the
is a
target to
2d8
grant
hit
additional
points.
healing. Okay,
2d8.
so if you treat them for a total hour, I double the hit points they regain from treat wounds. So for trained, it's a success 2d8.
2d8. All
And
right.
if I do it for an hour,
Yeah, it's up to it's. I guess we patch up Azazel and then try to patch up Desiree, or are you gonna
I
spend a
think
lot of
we're
time?
going to stay here for the night anyway, so I'm going to spend an hour.
Okay. All right.
On each of us.
Well, on Azazel,
then-
it's a separate check for Desiree.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
go
So
ahead
that's
and-
2d8, and that's doubled then.
Yeah, so
right?
2d8 doubled for Azazel. So whatever you roll, that'll be 22 total. So yeah, right up back to full for Azazel.
So she's just like refolds her crossbow, puts it in the suitcase, and she kind of flaps it open, and there's this whole array of things in the suitcase, and she pulls off bandages and salves to starts treating the wounds, and she's good at it.
Absolutely. All right. Perfect. So, so you're gonna be doing that for the next hour.
Yes.
Carlos, if you could roll me an athletics check,
Awesome.
just to see how fast you get this done.
got to outrun the enemies after all.
He's got -2.
So
Wheezing,
God.
panting, clutching the stitch in his gut. He staggers up to the guardhouse.
you're not even hurt, Carlos. But you rush back to the guard post as fast as you can, which I will say in this pouring rain makes it quite difficult. You know, you're pushing through the wind, the rain as it falls, and hits the umbrella that you're using. You're trying to stop yourself from getting soaked as best as possible, but I mean, you are just soaked through to the bone. So, yeah, not as fast as you would have liked, but either way, you make it back. And as you kind of burst in, the captain is kind of there. The captain is there, and they're currently standing and speaking to, as you burst in and kind of caught by surprise is what I meant to say. As you burst in, standing and speaking to the captain is Vicente Centolaria, the Lancer that was there when you got captured. The captain will kind of stop quickly and kind of look at you. Yes, Carlos. What is it you need?
And looking like death from his epic marathon-like sprint across the wet city streets. Gonna go. We were attacked. It's Virgil. He's really badly hurt. I need something to help patch him up. He sent me here for just some potions, just to get him up on his feet. He's at death's door, Captain, and then he's going to turn and look at the other guy and just give him finger guns and go with a smile.
The captain will
free.
Yeah, the captain will pat the shoulder of the Lancer, who looks at you, and he has like his demeanor towards this doesn't really change. The Lancer, Vicente, just kind of looks at you and almost kind of disregards you. But the captain will kind of pat him on the shoulder. Just wait in my office. I'll be in just a second. He looks to you. Sure. I think I have a few I can spare. What happened? And as he kind of speaks to you, he kind of leads you to like a supply room.
We were ambushed from the rooftops. They shot arrows down on us all.
Mm-hmm.
I think Virgil took 3 in the end, and then he went down to a guy holding a halberd. We managed to drop him and a guy that Virgil arrested, but the rest of them got away running, tail between the legs at Virgil's staunch defense of all of us.
Sounds like him. Well then, he kind of fumbles around in this small box and kind of lifts it open. And inside are an array of healing potions, at least 8. And he will kind of reach in and pluck 3 out, and he will offer them to you. Here.
Thank you, good captain.
As many as I can spare without depriving the others. So, get them back to him. I would like a full report on this, if you could. Tell him when he is, I know he's currently hurt, but whenever you guys have a chance. The more details we have, the more I can do something on my end as far as figuring out what is going on.
I will certainly report that, Mon Capitan, and Carlos will do the sloppiest civilian salute you can imagine. Do some sort of weird about-turn thing from somebody who's never spent any time in any kind of organised, structural, military or otherwise, and then he'll go stamping out the door, catch his breath, and then run off again with his umbrella.
Fair enough. Okay. And we'll say right about at the end of that hour, Ezra, as you're working on and patching up Azazel in the shop, right about the end of that hour, Carlos will come banging on the door, right, for you to unlock and let him in.
I'm sure we want to let him in, though.
Carlos will carry on banging.
Yeah.
Open the fucking door.
All right.
Amazing.
So, Desiree, you have the keys, so
make
you
orders.
you approach.
Desiree will definitely go over and unlock the door and just be like, "Welcome, welcome." Wait, sorry, habit. Come on in.
Thank you. And
All right.
Carlos will look over to Ezra and say, "You're an investigator, right?
I am.
Receptive." And go over and hand the three potions to Virgil.
Oh, you hand all
Do
three of
as
them?
you want.
Okay. All right.
Well,
Then-
it's up to Virgil to distribute them. They're his.
all right.
And he's no, he'll keep one back. So the captain had only given me 2.
Okay. All right.
And brother, he wants a full report. I tried to explain how valiant your action was, but he didn't believe me. He wants to hear it from you, and mentioned something about not writing it in crayon this time.
Virgil takes his helmet off and throws it across the room.
That's the first time that anybody sees it, so
It is indeed.
if you could, then please describe how Virgil looks without the helmet.
Carlos would probably know, or he'd probably suspect. But what you see when Virgil takes his helmet off is he's very short haired, sort of very, very closely cropped, sort of mid-30s, fairly unassuming. It's not particularly, doesn't like stand out or anything like that, apart from on the right side of his face, it is just completely fucked. It looks like it's just melted, burnt, horrible skin, scarred skin.
Mm-hmm.
So he launches the helmet across the room, and he just downs one of these potions.
Okay. So,
These are lesser potions, right?
yeah, these are
1d8.
minor. So 1d8.
Dragging one into my inventory.
I think you should have one, but
Oh, sorry.
all good.
Oh, yeah, the 8, but yeah, sorry. I'll get rid of that.
Okay, so Virgil, you are brought back up to 7 total. You use both? Oh wait, whoops.
I only used one.
Okay.
Has it taken 2 out of my inventory?
Yeah. I'll throw one back in.
Oh, I'll use the other one as well. Fuck it, make it easier.
All right. Go ahead and roll d8 as well. Additional 8. Okay.
Nice.
So then, I think that's 15 total. Yep. So there you are. Okay. So yeah, you just take both and kind of double, right? Drink back the potions. The healing effect of the potion immediately kind of goes into where it kind of soothes as you kind of just chug both potions down. And already you can kind of feel the wounds that you do have slowly.
I need to yank these arrows out before they start closing, I guess.
Oh yeah, fair enough. Yeah, we'll just say you just rip them out, and immediately it hurts, but immediately you can kind of feel the magical effect of the wounds like slowly start to close up. All right, so you're all good. Carlos.
Just a out of game question: were they arrows or were they crossbow bolts?
They would have been bolts. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. So Carlos will say, "Brother, you might want to save those and use them with this," and he'll hand Virgil what the best looking crossbow that it looked like to Carlos that he picked up, and hand it to Virgil. Virgil should have a crossbow with 3 bolts now.
Virgil will just nod. Good thinking, brother.
All right.
Ezra would get to treating at Desiree now.
Fair enough. All right.
That's her.
I'm ready.
All right. Go ahead and roll.
Okay. I need a 15 or higher, which means I need to roll. That is amazing.
Perfect. All right. So again,
So-
2d8 times 2.
Yeah, I'm going to spend another hour, so that's 2d8 times 2.
All right, so that's gonna be 12. I think even for Desity though, that brings you back to full.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, perfect. So back up to 16. All right, so yeah, Ezra, you spend the 2 hours, first on Azazel and then on Desity, but you feel very confident that you've completely cleared up the wounds. And the whole time that this has been going on, this has all been happening in the shop, correct? So this is not the location where you would kind of call it an evening or rest. As the 2 hours have passed, it took an hour for Carlos to go ahead and run back. So as that is taken care of, so 2 are currently occupied. So if Azazel, Carlos, and Virgil could give me perception checks.
Carlos as well.
Yes.
That's a 23.
Me as well? Or am
No,
I
no.
busy with...
Yeah, you're busy with Desity. So Azazel. Yeah. Virgil, you're way too injured, right? It's all you can do is focus on the pain as it slowly starts to subside, but it's not gone just yet. Carlos, you're otherwise, not necessarily paying much attention. Azazel, though, you've been fixed up and you feel quite good after Ezra's kind of patched up and taken care of all the wounds that you have. And so as you kind of sit there, maybe just watching Ezra do the work that she's doing on Desity. You, the 23, call this like a strange intuition. You get the feeling that somebody is outside the shop. You don't know why. It's almost like the hair on the back of your neck kind of, lifts up, and it's like almost like a supernatural kind of sense here, right? Maybe it's the time that you've spent in the past, right? Your own past, the experiences that you've had, kind of built into this. You've been around you've been in a dangerous place, right? Where things lurk in the shadows. So for you, there's this this almost second intuition, and you just kind of sit there. You can't help but like stop yourself from looking towards the shuttered window, and you can't see past it, right? Nobody can see in, you can't see out. You just got this like weird feeling like somebody's there.
Alright. Do we have a back? Is there a back door? Or is it only the front door?
I would think there would be a back door.
I'd know where it is, right?
Yeah, you've been around the shop a lot, so yeah.
Yeah, cool. I'm gonna go up make sure the back's locked.
Okay. You take the keys from Desity and you make your way to the back. You check the door. It is locked. Do you want to unlock it and kind of look out just to be safe and then relock it? Okay.
Of course I am.
Yeah. You open it up. You kind of stick your head out. Kind of look out. Roll me another perception check. So 25. Yeah, you peek your head out. You kind of look from left to right, kind of scanning the space behind the shop, the small alleyways that kind of, all kind of interconnect in the back. Man, with a 25, you're gonna see a figure only for a brief moment, as they're walking away from the shop down the alley, and they're just making a quick right turn at the end of it. I'm gonna say with a 25, they don't look like they look like somebody out in the rain, right? Like they're walking with a purpose. Like all of it just says like all of your intuition tells you that they're just trying to get out of the rain, right? This is just a random walk by, and you just happen to kind of check them as they reach the end of the alley and kind of quickly make a turn. They're looking. It looks like they're gonna head off to the main street or something. So they're just gone out of sight.
Wink my eyes and close the door.
All right, close it.
Don't need this shit right now.
Yeah, close it, lock it up. Right,
Mm-hmm.
you feel safe about it. So you return back to the others. We'll say that at this point, probably Ezra, you've finished up with Desiree, and so everybody is all taken care of. So you're all set, at least as best as you can. You still need to rest for the evening. So what's the plan on that?
Well, do we consider this shop secure in light of the rains? Could we be, could the shop get mobbed?
Typically in the rains, like that is not something that happens. It's not like all out like war in the streets, right? It's more like historically.
I think it was something like the Purge.
No,
I was thinking the
nothing.
same.
No, it's nothing like that at all. It's just that criminal activities, because the Onrods can't be out with the braziers to inflict brands. A lot more criminal activity happens, but it's not like a full out wild craziness, because it's also at the same time, like tomorrow, the next day will be like a rains celebration, like a street celebration where everybody's out in the streets. Vendors will be all out. The streets will be packed with people as everybody kind of celebrates it like a local holiday.
Well, Carlos is going to share that he saw the Lancer. I don't know if Virgil actually told Carlos what he was called. Can't remember, but
I believe it was. Yeah, I believe the name came up. Yeah.
Right, he's going to impart that the Lancer was talking to the captain. Was neither surprised nor probably a bit dismissive at seeing Carlos there. But he's going to mention we're going to character. So where we are with this, I've got suspicions about the judge that let Ortega go, and look at Urza and say, don't you think that's interesting?
I do.
Because despite what you think, I didn't let her go. The judge did.
I'm not quite sure of that anymore after the stunt you just pulled. Would you mind explaining why you were so very friendly with the one that attacked us?
Well, it's part of my trade. I am a wordsmith. Yeah? I have to stand up and represent people, and I have to be convincing, and I can be very convincing when I need to be. I was doing my best to get that guy to just leave. And if Desiree would just pay attention to the messages from her ink blot on retainer and keep quiet at times, he would have been gone. Yeah, we could have had the minimum amount of violence there, which still involved 2 people dying and a dog. Yeah, I've been set up. I'm not happy about that. I would like to clear whatever suspicion hangs over me. Not your suspicion. I'm more interested in his suspicion. He's going to point to Virgil. Because despite it all, I need him to know I didn't do this. So we've got a judge, we've got a Lancer, we've got my client, which seems to be wrapped up in all this, and I have a shadowy figure that left the room where I was framed. So these are my starting points to throw into this pot of mystery, and I suggest that we all put forward what our other experiences are, and we'll decide which are the most promising leads to follow in the morning after getting a night's sleep. how about you? Point at Urza. You, despite your poor judgment of people, you seem to have a fairly intelligent head on your shoulders. What do you think we should do?
Ezra sort of goes quiet a bit and actually starts thinking. Where exactly was it that you were set up? The room, the inn, I mean.
I don't think we actually got a name of the place.
I can barely
Cannot hear you.
understand you.
Yeah, I cannot hear you, buddy.
Sorry, I don't think it was ever named.
Yeah,
They
what
didn't.
was it named?
Iron Tankard, was it that one?
No, that's
No, the Iron Tankard was
Hot
where
bar.
Yeah, we're looking
where
at
the Iron
the
Rods meet.
yeah,
The Bronze Fox was the first place, but then we went somewhere else.
Rampant Ram.
It was the Rampant Ram.
yeah,
what
you're
the
at the
hell.
rampant
The
ram.
Rampant Ram. It's not the best place in the city, but you know, it sells reasonable food. It's got a standard quality that you would expect in any Rampant Ram in any city of Ekros.
And it does the job for the night, I guess.
Exactly.
Well, I don't think we will find any traces of whoever left you in that room. It seems that us snooping around openly has caused us to suffer this ambush at all. I think going about it stealthily would be the wisest choice.
Okay, but where do you think we should start? I'm very interested in that, Judge.
I don't think we're going to be able to get anywhere near that judge, though it would be interesting to find out who did it. Can we get access to the records?
Should be a matter of public record, so yeah, I can look into that. My practice license is still valid since I've not actually been charged. Just been arrested.
That's a good thing then. Then we should do that. Meanwhile, that is something you probably will be doing alone. Get access to the records, see if you can find anything. And meanwhile, I look at Desiree and Azazel, maybe with the help of the two of them, we'll look outside the city and see where Octavia is trying to recruit new people.
Alright.
How about you, bro? We lost him.
No.
Oh,
I think we need to.
Hello. Randomly restarted. Wonderful.
You think we need to what?
I think we need to. I don't know.
I think the first thing that we need to do is get you out of that Iron Rod's armor, so we don't have a target on our backs at a constant time.
Virgil will take to looking back out the window again.
Come with me, brother. We'll go to the. We'll stick at looking at the legal side. Those three can look on the other side.
And we'll just nod and keep looking out the window.
All right, keep watch, Virgil. Nothing moving, nothing of interest out. Just the rains continuing to fall the entire time. And so, with plans to rest for the rest of the evening, recuperate as much as you can until the sun rises, and then head off in different directions as the two brothers, rather, will be looking into the legal side of things, while Desiree, Azazel, and Ezra will take a look outside of the legal bounds and see what you can all drum up as you search through the poorer area of the city. So with that, each of you kind of in agreement for what it is to come next. All of you, well, 3 of you rather, hurting from the barrage of wounds that you've taken from this one attempt on your life. I guess for you, Carlos, in all of this, as you all kind of sit, waiting before the group breaks down and gets the rest that it requires. I guess for you, Carlos, the thing that kind of sticks with you is this enigmatic figure, this sorcerer of some sorts who has, kind of laid low to a number of members, or a number of people in this group, and their words, warning you, this is it. Push them off the path, whatever it takes, right? And the fact that you have a chance now to maybe, see things through in another way. But before any actions can be taken upon all of this, one by one, the group will kind of break down, finding a place either within the shop or within the apartment upstairs to call it an evening, to get as much rest as you can, as you certainly have a long day ahead of you on the following. And I think that is a perfect time to pause our story and pick up next time as the party splits, each heading off in their own unique direction to figure out, try to get some leads on what is happening, maybe get some more information, and see how it all plays out. So, thank you all for playing.
Are we calling this a long rest?
Yeah, we are calling this a long rest, and you will also be leveling up. So, let me go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and sign out on the stream and stuff, but I'll be back in just a second. And so thank you all for playing. Hope you enjoyed, and see you in just a second. All right. Hope you all enjoyed. It's definitely, Trill blesses you. Actually, I think everybody levels up. Whoever survives this week basically levels up, I think. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you'd like to get involved with the community, we are about, I don't want to say halfway, but roughly in the halfway mark of these this cycle of campaigns. And so best place to be if you'd like to get involved in the future games is to join our Discord, as that is the first place I check when I am recruiting for the next cycle of games. But in any case, we'll be back tomorrow, probably for a short kind of world building kind of hangout stream that we do on Tuesdays. And we'll be back officially, at least, with our Wednesday campaign, Into the Red. So, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you have a good day or a good evening, depending on where you are in the world. And thank you all. And maybe we'll see you next time. Peace. Later.